इदा ఏదైనా Very good afternoon, all of you. Shall we start the class? So we'll continue with the problems on thermal expansions of solids. If you have come across the concepts already, it's okay, but if you want, I'll give you the brief review again. Sanvika, do you have any doubts? In the previous sessions, in the previous classes, whatever we discussed, if you have any doubts or if you need any clarification, you can ask. Lahari, Bhavani, in the previous classes, whatever are the problems we discussed and the concepts and problems, any clarification if you need, immediately right now you can ask. Okay, Lahari, very good. Thank you for responding. Sanvika, what about you? Have you come across the previous classes, Sanvika?
No, sir, actually, this is my first class.
Okay, so Sanvika, I'll give you a brief review, a very brief review, so that we can solve some problems.
Okay,
This
sir.
formula, yeah, just listen. We are discussing about the thermal expansions. Bhavani, what about you? So, just listen. Coefficients of expansions means when a solid substance expands on heating, means when you provide heat energy and when the temperature of a solid body rises, then if you raise the temperature to a larger level, if you heat the object to a greater extent, then the solid will expand. So the solid will expand lengthwise, area-wise and volume-wise. So linear expansion means length expansion delta L, this is delta L. Delta L means increase in length if you heat. If you heat and if the solid expands, either length can increase and sometimes area can increase, area can rise and volume can be increasing. Wires, thin rods, these are the examples of linear expansion. These type of substances undergo linear expansion, means lengthwise it will increase. Next, circular plates or square plates, disc, whatever, these kind of substances, their area is more dominant, means we consider its areal expansion. Thickness is very small and the area wise their expansion we consider. Next, spherical bodies, cylindrical objects or cube, whatever, these cubical bodies, cylindrical solid bodies, their volume expansion we take into consideration. So this is the brief review. 3 types of expansions for solids: linear, next areal expansion delta A, and here alpha will also be there, and next volume expansion means delta V, and gamma will also be there, here beta will be there. So what are these things? Exactly, what is the difference between this? Delta L means linear expansion, alpha means linear expansion coefficient, slight difference. Delta A means change in area or increase in area. Delta A means increase in area or change in area, rise in area. Beta means areal expansion coefficient, and delta A means areal expansion. Delta V volume expansion, gamma volume expansion coefficient. Slight difference is there. In a question if they ask calculate the volume expansion, means you should not calculate gamma, you should calculate delta V only. Why? Because they asked calculate the volume expansion. Suppose in one problem in a question if they ask find the linear expansion coefficient, means alpha only you have to find. Calculate the volume expansion coefficient, means gamma only you have to find out. The other data will be given to you. Like that, don't get confused between this delta L and alpha. Delta L means linear expansion, alpha linear expansion coefficient. Areal expansion coefficient. Volume expansion coefficient, and their formulae. The change in length, linear expansion, is original length into alpha into delta T. This is the formula. And alpha is equals to change in length by original length into rise in temperature. Next, one more formula. L2 final length after expansion equals to initial length of 1 plus alpha delta T. Similarly, other formulae are also there same as it is. Similarly means here delta L, here delta A, here delta V. Change in length, change in area, change in volume. Alpha, beta, gamma. Here final length, final area, final volume. If you know these first 3 formulae, the remaining easily you can write off your or write is same as that of the above. This area and volume similar, just what you have to change. Here in place of alpha, beta will be there. In place of length, area. In place of length, here volume, here it should be volume. Delta V is equals to V gamma delta T. And here it should be in place of alpha, beta, here gamma will come. That's all. And this formula, if you are okay, some more questions we'll discuss. And Lahari, in the previous class, the last problem followed or not, Lahari? The last question. In the previous class, we discussed any clarifications related to previous class problems, Lahari? Sanvika, shall we move to some problems? Do you understand these formulas, Sanvika?
Yes, sir.
And any questions from your side? If you want to ask anything, you can.
Nothing, sir. Clear.
Okay. So basing upon these applications, we'll pick up some questions. Let us discuss some questions. Okay, Lahari. Okay. Thank you for responding. Yeah, question. Basing upon this concept, we'll do some problem. Basing upon the present concept, some application. We know that delta L equals to L alpha delta T. This is, just now we discussed it again, Sanvika. Delta L, change in length is original length into alpha into delta T. So here, one problem solving technique is, a good question can be framed basing upon this. That is, here delta L by delta T equals to delta L by delta T equals to this delta L by delta T equals to L alpha. But why am I dividing this delta L by delta T? What is the meaning? So here delta L by delta T is nothing but it is the slope of delta L versus delta T graph. Slope of delta L and delta T graph means what exactly? And one more question. Sanvika, Lahari, Bhavani, is this visible to you or not? First you tell me. This one, is it visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Sanvika, visible no? Linear expansion along y-axis. Delta L I am taking along y-axis in a graph. On x-axis I am taking rise in temperature here in degrees Celsius. This is delta L either in millimeters or in centimeters, whatever. And this rise in temperature either in Celsius or in Kelvin you can take. This is, I am writing here, this graph rise in temperature. So linear expansion means graph means what, ma? Graph means what? We are taking one rod or a solid body, a wire, a thin rod or a wire, and we heat it. There will be some rise in temperature, and the rod will be expanding. That solid body will be expanding. Its length will be increasing. So the expansion per unit rise in temperature, per 1 degree Celsius or per 5 degrees Celsius or for 50 degrees, this much increase of length. For 100 degrees, this much increase of length. For 150 degrees, this is the increase in length. Like that, we are plotting a graph. The elongation versus rise in temperature. This is the graph. Delta L versus delta T. Graph means what, ma? Basing upon the observation, we plot the graph. And whatever is they can give graph in any way. Some pattern of graph I am taking, for example, some graph I am taking. Let it be something like this. This is the graph. Why? Because this delta L equals to L alpha delta T, and original length and alpha are same for a rod. Original length doesn't changes, alpha doesn't changes, alpha is constant. So delta L is proportional to delta T. So I am a graph, suppose they have given like this, then the slope of this graph, slope means delta y by delta x. Slope means delta y by delta x, that is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Means what? Slope means what? y2 minus y1. What is this y1, y2, x1, x2? So simple. On this graph, I'll take two values here. This value and this value. And this value, let it be, say this value is x1 or x2. This value is y2. And somewhere here one more value I have, this value and this value. On y-axis, x-axis they will be giving, that is x1 comma y1. So if you subtract y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, that is slope. And this slope of this graph is change in y coordinate, change in y-axis and change in x-axis. And in y-axis what we have? Delta L. In x-axis we have delta T. So here slope of the graph is delta y by delta x. This is the formula. And delta y means here y, along y-axis we have taken expansion, linear expansion, delta L. Along x-axis, delta x means this delta x, this one is delta x. So we have taken delta t. So slope of the graph delta L by delta t is equals to L into alpha. This is the concept. This is the application basing upon which we can expect a question. Means why? Because why most of you may think, sir, we belong to BPC. Sir, why all these things you are discussing? Means wantedly I am not complicating the question. The questioning pattern has changed. NTA, National Testing Agency people, has taken over the responsibility of your examination, NEET examination. They are not going to leave you without any mathematics. I can confirmly assure you. If you want, you can see the recent paper. Whether the graphs, whether some mathematics is involved or not, you check with the question paper. Then you do an analysis. Whether we have to teach this or not. Simply I have to teach easy problems and some simple calculation based and over class is over. If that is the case, you are not going to get benefited anything. The children should feel easy. Question should be very easy. Class is finished. All problems we got. That is not our criteria. You focus on the examination. The final examination, toughness. Try to learn the concept application in accordance with the NEET and NTA, National Testing Agency. So, Sanvika, what do you say? I have given some information. What is your opinion? Lahari, what do you say? Any clarification required up to here? Here, anything you want me to explain once again? Okay, Lahari. Sanvika, what about you? So, now slope of this particular graph gives you length and L and alpha. Next, one more application also we have to see. One more application, let us see. The next one more application is, suppose here there is one rod, solid rod, its expansion coefficient is say alpha 1, and one more rod is there, its expansion coefficient is alpha 2, and there is some gap. Now, if we heat these rods, then in which direction these rods will expand? My question is, if you heat these rods, if you raise its temperatures, this rod, in which direction it will expand? Towards right side or left side? And this rod, second rod, in which direction it will expand? Towards left side or right side? This is my question. Lahari? In which direction these rods are going to expand? Just simple question. If I have placed these rods here and I am heating this, temperature rises there high and they are going to expand, but in which direction? This rod, first rod, right side, left side, which one? Or both are? And the second rod, in which direction it is going to expand? Left side or right side? Or both? In both directions is it going to expand? That is my question. Sanvika, if you don't mind, can I ask the question in Telugu? Lahari, what about you? Bhavani. Sara, what about you? Sarasija? I hope you are supposed to ask some doubts now today. Sanvika, correct answer ma. Sanvika, correct answer. Sanvika, correct answer. So, Sarasija, in the previous class, whatever was our discussion, you were supposed to ask some doubts. You have to unmute yourself and you can ask, you can clarify your doubts. So, Sanvika, correct answer. Lahari, just listen. If we heat the first rod, it is free to expand on both sides. If you heat the second rod, it is free. It's a free rod, no restriction. Neither to the right side nor to the left, there is no restriction. We are not restricting. It is free to expand on both sides. That is the answer. Now, this one also, similarly you people answer this one also. This is a wall and this is a wall. This is a rod. How will they expand? Both sides are, one side are. You only tell. I think this chat, I'm little bit not comfortable in reading the chat. Rather than that, you can unmute and you can answer. I'm comfortable. So in the second case, you answer to me. Both sides are, one side. This rod will expand. Both sides are. First rod, second rod, that you tell. Sarasija, you also. Lahari?
Sir, they will expand in only one direction.
One direction. But be clear. First one in which direction?
Right.
Good. Next.
Left direction.
Left direction.
Correct. Correct. Very good. Correct answer. So, basing on this one question, before only I have given you the information, now you see. Now you see here. in this first case, the question you can go through it. This is a wall. This line is very small, that's why I am drawing it again. And in the second case, if you can see, free, two rods are free, absolutely, they don't have any restriction. In the first case, these two rods are having some gap, but they are fixed to two walls. Here, this is first case, this is second case. So now what is the question means, these two rods are fixed to these walls and a gap is left over, and this gap is how much? This is x1. Next, the same rods, they are free, they are left free. The gap left is x2. And we are heating with the same temperature rise. This one delta T, and for this case also, the temperature rise is same. The temperature rise is same. We are heating with
Sir, your voice is not audible.
so here, Lahari, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. So, the condition clearly, if I heat them with T degree Celsius, then they will fill the gap exactly. Means what? After expansion, that because of the expansion, they are going to fill up the gap. Are you getting the point? Sarasija?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lahari, you?
Yes, sir.
So that's the condition. So when we heat them, this gap is completely filled. When we heat them, this gap is completely filled. So that is the condition. So now you just listen, I'll find out this x1, x2. So, but how to calculate the gap? The gap left is equals to x1 equals to first, in the first case, the gap left equals to x1 equals to, say, first rod, how it will expand in which direction, ma? In first rod and second rod, one towards right, one towards left, no?
Yes, sir.
Just now we discussed, no?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I'm using that concept here. Means first rod, it contributes its expansion completely to the gap. Second rod, it contributes its expansion totally to the gap. Means that gap, this rod will contribute its expansion to the gap, to fill the gap. So that means lengths, same length. So L, this first rod I'm taking, say, the two rods of same length, and they are going to, so alpha 1, L alpha 1 and delta T, means temperature rise is T, plus L into alpha 2 into delta T. The total expansion of rod 1 spends, it is contributed towards the gap. Rod 2, its expansion is spent to the gap. Next, x2 in case B, here is the point, gap left is x2, which is see here how I am writing, L alpha 1 first rod into T by 2 plus L into alpha 2 T by 2. Now you tell why by 2 and by 2? Why ma? Why this is I am halving that? Why is it halved? What is the reason?
Because it expands in both sides.
Yes, exactly. True. This rod expands, it gives its expansion half part to the left, half to the right. This rod also it expands half to the left and half to the right. Means to fill the gap, this rod contributes half of the expansion. This rod contributes half of the expansion. Clearer? Lahari?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanvika? Clearer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the point. And now ratio we have to calculate, that's all. Simply we are supposed to calculate the ratio. What ratio? X1 by X2. So this one how I write? How to write this one? 2L alpha 1 T. Sorry. If alpha 1 is equals to alpha 2, suppose. If alpha 1 is equals to alpha 2, this is a condition I am taking, means if rods are made up of same material, steel means all steel rods. If it is copper given means all copper rods. In such case, x1 by x2 is, I'll simply write this as L alpha T plus L alpha T by L alpha T by 2 plus L alpha T by 2. So this is 2L alpha T, this is half plus half 1, L alpha T by 2, this is half and this is half 1. So it is 2:1. If they are equal, then this is the answer. If they are not equal, different answer we have. Two cases are there. Means if the rod expansion coefficients, these first rod expansion coefficient, second rod same, means like this ratio we will be getting x1 is to x2. And if the expansion coefficients are different, means we are going to get in terms of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 1, alpha 2. That's a different answer. Means I am taking the maximum simplest possible calculation. So, but 2:1 how? What are the key points? So here first gap, fully two rods are contributing completely, totally to the gap. In the second case, one rod contributes half to the gap. The second rod also it is contributing half to fill the gap. So half and half, and this condition I am taking, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, it will be given in the question. Whether alphas are same, different, it will be given in the question usually. But we are trying with the two cases. This is one case. So L alpha T plus L alpha T, this is 2L alpha T, half plus half full 1 L alpha T. And if you simplify, you will get 2:1 ratio, you will get. Sanvika, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
No doubt,
Yes.
na?
No, sir.
Yeah. And what about you, Lahari?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Sarasija?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And yesterday's doubt, Sarasija? No problem. You can ask. You can clarify, no? Nothing will happen. Will you ask now? Shall we proceed to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay. This is the condition I have taken in the question. After expansion, rods will fill the gap. Alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 given. This is alpha 1, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 2. And the temperature rise is T degree Celsius. This temperature rise is T degree Celsius. This is the next question, ma. Is this question visible to you clearly? Can you read? So these are the two rods. The difference in length is 10 centimeters. The two rods length difference, and alphas. First one alpha linear expansion coefficient 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 5 they gave already. Next second one how much? 1.65 into 10 power minus 5. The second rod expansion coefficient 1.65 into 10 power minus 5. These are the given values, you check once. These two rods alpha 1, alpha 2 given, length difference L1 minus L2, the difference in length, I didn't expand. Now this rod I didn't expand, initially the difference is 10, now the difference in length is 10 centimeters at all temperatures. At all temperatures means presently suppose let the temperature be 0 degree Celsius, then difference of length 10 centimeters. Now temperature rises to 50, 0 to 50 degrees Celsius, even though difference in length should be same. Temperature rise from 0, I raise it to 30 degrees Celsius, even though length difference is not going to change. That is our condition. So when is it possible? When can this same length difference, when is it possible? So it is possible when the two rods expand equally. Suppose 0 degrees Celsius, I raised it to 30, difference in temperature 30 degrees Celsius, 0 to 30. Then how much, this first one how much it is expanding, by the same amount second one should also expand. Then only difference in length will be constant. I hope you are catching the point. And from 30 degrees Celsius I am raising to 50 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees more I am giving. I am raising the temperature, and how much it expands further, by the same amount the second rod should also expand. Then only this is possible, this given condition is possible, then only. Means what? At all temperatures two rods should maintain same difference in length. They both maintain constant length difference. When is it possible? It is possible when they both follow or they both undergo equal expansion. So this is an application of equal expansion. Equal expansion means two rods expand equally. Means delta L1 is equals to delta L2. The first rod expansion is equals to second rod expansion. So delta L is equals to L alpha delta T, and alpha is equals to delta L by L delta T. So here alpha is inversely proportional to length, alpha proportional to 1 by L, and that means alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equals to L2 by L1. And Lahari, already this model you heard, we discussed in the first class only, but I didn't give numbers, without numbers I gave. You remember?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you tell the formula? Means the question is their initial length must be dash. Means under this condition, how much is the initial length? Initial length how much? So this is the condition, and L1 minus L2 is equals to X. So what will be the formula? By solving this, what is the formula we are going to get?
L2 is equal to x alpha 1 by alpha 2 minus alpha 1.
Okay, I'll write here. That is the formula. So original lengths L2 and L1. Okay. Tell me L2 is how much?
X alpha 1 by alpha 2 minus alpha 1.
Next, second one, what we will get is this, you didn't do it seems, x alpha 2 by alpha 2 minus alpha 1. These are the formulae. For what? Before expansion, lengths of the two rods. These are the formulae. Just you have to substitute these values. X means what? X means this. X means 10 centimeters, length difference. Next, alpha 1 means this one. Alpha 2 means this one. X means this one, directly. And here, greater minus lesser you have to take. If alpha 2 is greater, then alpha 2 minus alpha 1 you take. Alpha 1 greater means alpha 1 minus alpha 2 you take. Just if you substitute, you will be getting the original lengths L1 and L2 you will be getting. And can you calculate by substituting? Sanvika, what about you? Can you try this calculation? Saraseja. Or else, shall I calculate? Shall I substitute and calculate? Are you doing? Sanvika, shall I do?
Sir, it answer 9.075, sir.
Which one, ma? First one,
Total L1.
L1.
Yes, sir.
I'll check once, sir.
Okay, sir.
L1 you said, no? L1 I'll check once, sir. X means 10 centimeters. But actually, this, we have to do the conversion, no? Okay, no need to convert. Lengths also finally we will get. Actually, these alpha 1, alpha 2, these are the standard units. So, centimeters to meters, it is 10 centimeters equal to 10 by 100 meters. We have to divide with 100 into alpha 1, how much? 1.1 into 10 power minus 5. This 10 power minus 2, why I multiplied is conversion for centimeter to meter. And difference of alpha, how much we are getting? 1.65 and 1.1, how much, ma? 1.65 and 1.1, no? 0.55, no?
0.55, yes, sir.
Okay, done. 0.55 into how much? Alpha, 0.55 into 10 power minus 5. This 10 power minus 5, anyway, it will get cancelled. So, how much we will be getting? Now, you just check once. Is it, I think I remember it should be either 0.2 or 0.3, any one answer it should be. 0.2, I think.
0.2, sir.
So this can also be written as 20 centimeters or 0.2 meters.
Yes, sir.
Means in options, suppose they gave options in centimeters, then you can prefer this answer. Or else the options are in meters, you go for this 0.2.
Okay, sir.
And once we are getting L1 means L2 no need to calculate, we will get it directly. Why you know? The difference in length should be 10, no? L1
Yes, sir.
and L2 difference should be 10. L1 minus L2 is equal to 10. So if one is 20 centimeters, L2 should be how much? Difference 10 means
30 centimeters.
30
30
centimeters.
good. Correct. So this is 20 and this is 30. Why means I am just substituting. This is L1 minus L2 I got 20 centimeters equals to 10 centimeters. So L1 is equals to 20 plus 10. 30 centimeters I am getting. Why like this means they gave difference in length 10 centimeters they gave in the question. So L1 minus L2 is equal to 10. Like that L1 also we got. And the answer is the two lengths, rod lengths 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters initially before expansion. But you may have a doubt. These L1, L2, how can you say that these L1, L2 are before expansion? You may ask, but you can see here. L alpha is equal to L delta L by L delta T. In this formula, L stands for what you know? Original length only. Alpha is equals to change in length by original length into rise in temperature. So we are taking relation between alpha and original length. Alpha and original length. So that therefore L1, L2 stands for original length of two rods. Why means here clearly the definition only says linear expansion coefficient is the ratio of change in length to the original length per unit rise in temperature. So this L is, it stands for original length of the rods before expansion only. So confirm L1, L2 stands for original lengths before expansion. Shall we proceed to the next question? Sanvika.
Yes,
Larry?
sir.
Larry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sarasija?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody, can you tell which concept we have to apply here by seeing this graph? And you tell whether we discussed the concept behind this, we discussed or not.
Slope. Slope.
Yeah, correct. So, can you recollect once what is the concept basing upon this problem? What is the concept? I gave you some information. Slope of what? Which graph? Delta L versus delta T graph equals to what? What is the slope equals to? You refer your book and tell. slope means how much? Shall I again revise once again the concept? Okay, you listen once again. I am revising the concept once again for this. Here I will write delta L equals to L alpha delta T. This is the formula for linear expansion or length expansion. And from this delta L, I will divide with delta T. I will shift this right hand side delta T, I will shift it to the left hand side. Then L will be remaining, alpha will be remaining on the right side. This is delta L by delta T. This is nothing but what? It is the slope of which graph? This particular graph. Slope of this delta L versus delta T graph. This is called as this is the slope. So slope is equals to length into alpha, means slope from the graph we have to calculate. We have to substitute here, and the slope we equate it to length and length of the first rod, alpha of the first rod. And second graph, second rod, slope, second graph slope equals to second graph, means this is the graph related to second rod. Two rods, first rod its expansion, its temperature rise. Second rod, its expansion, its temperature rise. Two graphs are there. So with the help of slope of first graph I can get alpha 1. With the help of slope of second graph I can find alpha 2, that's all. So first rod expansion, second rod expansion I can get. Now anybody, can you tell what is the question and what we have to find? What is the given question now? Okay, I will tell you. Linear expansion versus temperature rise graph of two rods are shown. If original lengths of two rods are 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter, then find the ratio of expansion coefficients of two rods. Means what? What is the given information? This total thing, this is the concept underlying this particular question. Now we will solve the question, that is slope of first case. How much slope means it's easy. Delta y, this is delta y, this one, that is 4 mm, and this up to here, this is delta t, delta y by delta x. This is a 4 minus 0, 200 minus 0, 4 minus 0, 4 mm minus 0, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 means 200 minus 0. That's all. This is slope. How much? This is 4 by 200 means how much? Can we say 1 by 50, no? Slope in first case 1 by 50. Slope in second case how much? Similarly you tell. How much? In second case.
3 by 100, sir.
Yeah. Why? Because 6 mm by 200 means how much? 3 by 100. Next. Now, first slope 1 by 50 equals to, slope is equal to how much? L alpha. Slope is equals to length of first rod. How much? 1 mm into alpha 1. So alpha 1 is equals to 1 by 50. Next, slope of second 3 by 100. So slope is equals to, slope of a graph is equals to L alpha. So second rod length L2 alpha 2. This is L1 alpha 1. So L2 alpha 2 means second length 1.5 into alpha 2. So that means alpha 2 is equals to 3 by 100 into this 1.5 I will shift to the other side. So how much it will be? 3 by 100 into 1.5 means I will write 3 by 2. So 3 gets cancelled. Here 2 by 100. So alpha 2 I am getting 2 by 100 into something, and alpha 1 I am getting 1 by 50 into something. Now you tell me, alpha 1 alpha 2 ratio how much? What's Anvika? Or else, once again from the beginning, shall I solve the problem once again? Lahari? Sarasija? No need, na? Okay. Sanvika, what about you? Shall I solve from the beginning once again?
No need, sir.
Okay. So alpha 1 alpha 2 ratio how much? This is alpha 1 1 by 50, alpha 2 1 by 50 I got. Both are 1 by 50 I am getting.
One is to one, sir.
Yeah, 1:1. And concept is delta L is equals to L alpha delta T. Delta L by delta T, change in length by temperature rise. That is equals to slope. Slope is equal to L alpha. So slope 1, first graph slope is equals to first rod length, first rod expansion coefficient. Next second slope, slope 2 equals to second rod length, second rod expansion. This is the concept. Slope 1 equals to, as per the concept, L1 alpha 1. Slope 2 is equal to L2 alpha 2. So simply I am dividing both of them so that I get alpha 1 by alpha 2. The question is find the ratio of expansion coefficients of the two rods. So means alpha 1 by alpha 2, how can I get? I got alpha 1, I got alpha 2 by the help of slope, and then we calculate alpha 1 by alpha 2. But not every time. Here in this question it is 1:1 ratio. Suppose if the lengths are same, L1, L2 both are same, then you won't get 1:1 ratio. See, here L1 1 I take, and here L2 also 1 if I take, then a different answer. Here L1, L2 lengths, different values if I give, ratio will be different. Don't fix yourself that it is always 1:1, not like that. For this question we got the ratio alpha 1 by alpha 2, we got it as 1:1, not every time. Completed? Have you completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we'll close our today's session here. We'll end up the session here. We'll meet in the next session, all of you. Okay, na? We'll meet in the next session, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Amma. Thank you.